Hello everybody, my name is Debria Robinson and I am going to be teaching you stop motion. So today I am going to be teaching you stop motion. Stop motion is one of my favorite things to do, but don't worry, it's very easy and I'm going to break it down for you so you can know how to do it. So just to give you a little background, let's first define what is stop motion. Stop motion is an animated filmmaking technique in which objects are physically manipulated in small increments between individually and photograph frames so that they will appear to exhibit independent motion or change when a series of frames is played back. So now that you know what a stop motion is, now we are going to show you examples of what a stop motion looks like. Things you will need to get started. You will need a light or a place with good lighting, a tripod or something sturdy to hold your camera, a background for your pieces and characters, or your pieces. Now you can use either a camera or you can use a cell phone. So the scene we're going to be using is from Anansi the Spider, where he's falling down the hill. So first I start off with setting up my background. I'm using a white background so you guys can see the picture a little bit better. In the actual stop motion, I use a yellow background to show that it is daytime. So that's Anansi the Spider, and I am going to be using these little pieces right here for the grass and make kind of like a hill. And I made this out of pipe cleaner. So what I'm gonna do is gonna start adding my pieces. So I'm gonna speed it up a little bit so you can kind of see the whole process a little bit faster. But I'm gonna set up my grass and my background. So how I made the grass is basically I took some green construction paper and a pipe cleaner, and I basically put in kind of like a circle, and then I hot glue it to the paper. That way it has something to hold on to so it can keep that circle look. And then I cut out that circle look, and then it make kind of like a grass look. So now that we have everything set up, you're gonna make sure that your frame is set up. That is where you can't see the outside corners of it, and we're going to do like a little circle motion, and we're going to go slow, like 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4. Now for each one, what you're going to do is you're going to take 3 photos and then move the pieces. So it'll start like 1 2 3 1 2 3, and then you're going to keep going 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3, That way that it will have like a clean shot. If you want it to be a little bit smoother, you will have to do it very, very slow. The movements will have to be slower for it to be very smooth, like kind of like it's gliding down. You would need to take more photos to make that happen. You wouldn't have to do 3 photos per movement, but you will have to take a lot of photos in order to make that process look a little bit more smoother. I'll show you an example. Okay, so if we do it the way that I did it, where you take 3 photos and then move, 3 photos, then move, it will look like this. Now, if you were to do it where you just take 1 photo, move, 1 photo, move, 1 photo, move, the motion will be a lot quicker. So with this motion, basically you're taking 1 photo per movement, but you are moving it very slightly. That way it gives it that gliding look. So unlike the other 2 examples, you don't have to take a photo 3 times and then move. Take 3 photos, then move. Okay, so the next example is 2 ways to count to 10. So for this one, I used paper. I wanted to do something a little bit different. Since paper is very easy, I was like, why not? So I made little trees for it. And what I'm going to do is set up my background. So I'm going to speed it up a little bit so you can see the whole process. Okay, so for this, I'm going to be using this arrow that I drew, and we're going to make it appear that these arrows are going pretty fast. So you can do the motion like this. It will give it a more smoother look. It'll look kind of like this. But if you're trying to make it appear to go fast, we're going to take the arrow and go 1, 2, 3, and then out. And then we're going to follow that same process again with it coming back at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this is doing like little jumps. Doing big jumps. We're going to be doing big jumps so it can go by quick like that. Okay, so I'm going to show you an example. So with this example, I am showing you what it looks like when you take big jumps and you take 3 photos, where you're jumping, take 3 photos, jumping, take 3 photos, jumping, take 3 photos. So that process will look like this. Now, if I were to switch the process and make it look like it's gliding more, this is what it would look like. And like I said in the other example, you're taking more photos in order to make it look like it's gliding, and you're taking shorter steps. So we are going to talk about the editing process. I use Adobe Premiere. And we're going to open that up. Then we're going to go to New Project. Then we're going to name our example. We're going to start off with Anansi the Spider example. Then you're going to press OK. Then it's going to pull up your screen. So I put all my photos in one folder in order. That way I can just select all and put them in my Premiere box. So you can go to edit and then select all, then drag it to that bottom box. Once you have it dragged, you want to click out of that and then make sure at least one of the boxes is selected. And what you're going to do is change the time. So what we're going to do is select, go to edit, go to select all, that way it picks all the photos. And then we're going to go to clip to speed, and then we're going to change the speed from 4 minutes and 29 seconds to 0 and then 0:02. We're doing this so that instead of the photo playing for 4 minutes and 29 seconds, it will play for 2 seconds. And it's going to look like it disappeared, but it just made the photo smaller. So you're going to go to sequence, then close gap, and that way it'll close all the gaps. So we're going to make our space a little bit bigger and then slide it over. That way we see all the photos. Then you can press the space bar to watch it play. Alright, and then to export it, we're going to go to File, Export to Media. You want to change your format to YouTube and make sure you choose the 4K one so it can show as clear as possible. Then you're going to want to press Export, and then you wait for it to download. Okay, so that's how you make a stop motion. You're going to do the same process with 2 ways to count to 10. It's the same way. So here's a list of places you can go to practice stop motion. So that is how you create a stop motion. I hope you guys had a lot of fun watching, and I can't wait for you guys to enjoy it just as much as I do. Bye!